The United Nations and the United Kingdom have issued strong warnings after heavy fighting broke out in Mogadishu, raising fresh concerns about Somalia's security and political stability at a critical moment for the country. Clashes erupted on Wednesday in several districts of the capital between government forces and armed groups aligned with opposition figures. The violence prompted immediate reaction from international partners who urged Somali leaders to avoid further escalation and resolve disputes through dialogue. In a statement, the U.S. Embassy in Mogadishu described the fighting as reckless and warned that actions taken in the coming days could have lasting consequences for Somalia's security, unity, and democratic future. The embassy called on all political actors to exercise restraint and prioritize peaceful engagement. The British embassy echoed that message, condemning the violence and stressing that political disagreement should be addressed through inclusive dialogue rather than armed confrontation. According to officials, the fighting began around Dabka Junction, a key intersection in the capital. However, competing accounts have emerged over what triggered the violence. Police said armed men attacked a security checkpoint using heavy weapons, including assault rifles. Opposition figures dispute that version of events. Former Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khaire said government forces stormed a consultative meeting he was attending. According to Khaire, the gathering included traditional elders, members of parliament, opposition leaders, youth representatives, and civil society groups. Opposition leaders also accused government forces of targeting the residence of former President Sheikh Sheikh Ahmed. Authorities have not publicly responded to those claims. As the clashes spread, major roads were blocked and movement across parts of the city became difficult. Access routes to Aden International Airport were also affected. Witnesses told local media that some families left their homes amid fears that the fighting could intensify. By late Wednesday evening, however, the sound of gunfire had largely faded. Traditional elders and community leaders have since been engaged in mediation efforts aimed at reducing tensions between the federal government and opposition groups. No official casualties have been released. The violence comes just a day before planned opposition demonstrations over elections, constitutional reforms, and Somalia's broader political transition. Opposition leaders accuse the government of pushing ahead with key reforms without sufficient consensus, while the government says it is implementing a one-person, one-vote system and has a responsibility to maintain public order. For ordinary Somalis, the clashes are a reminder of how quickly political disputes can affect daily life, security, and freedom of movement. Looking ahead, attention will now focus on whether ongoing mediation efforts can ease tensions and prevent further violence as Somalia navigates a crucial period in its political transition.